Today I'm going to talk about the mindset of writing consistently on a deadline. November is almost here and the writing community is just abuzz with excitement about NaNoWriMo. If you don't know what NaNoWriMo is, it's National Novel Writing Month, where writers all over the world try to write 50,000 words in 30 days. Now that is 1,667 words per day in November, and that's a lot of words for a lot of writers. In the writing community, October can be known as Preptober, where those writers who intend on writing for NaNoWriMo, whether they write 50,000 words or more, they brainstorm and outline and prepare their projects for NaNoWriMo. If this is your first video by me, I'm Caitlin Duncan. I am a traditionally published author and soon to be hybrid author. I post videos on Mondays talking about my writing process and all the bookish things, so be sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you like it, and be sure to subscribe below so that you don't miss out on the next time I upload. As an unpublished author, embarking on writing 50,000 words in 1 month can be a pretty big deal. It can seem overwhelming, and there are so many opportunities for self-doubt to creep into your life, which could lead to quitting halfway through the month or giving up writing entirely. To me, Nano isn't really the ideal place to write the perfect novel, especially since most novels are usually more than 50,000 words, depending on your genre. And when you take part in NaNoWriMo, it's a sprint, not a marathon. It's a push to get as many words on the page as possible in a short amount of time. And you really have little time to settle into self-doubt when you're trying to get those 1,667 words per day. Now we're talking about mindset in this video, so if you can, think of NaNoWriMo as a place to hone and practice your writing skills when you're on a deadline. Because once you get a book deal traditionally, or you publish your book as an indie author, you're going to have deadlines at pretty much every step of the process. Now, if you can create a specific mindset around this event, then you may find it easier to accomplish what you want to do, which is to write 50,000 words in 30 days. To do this, I have some tips. Number 1, prepare. Last week I uploaded a video on how to prepare your novel for November 1st, and if you are prepared, whatever that looks like for you, and I did go over a bunch of different ways that you could prepare in that video, then you're already getting into the mindset of writing on a schedule. We all have busy lives, no matter if you're in school, if you have work, if you take care of your family, whatever. It's easier when you're prepared, when you finally get to sit down in front of a notebook or in front of your computer to just get the words on the page. Number 2, be kind to yourself. If this is the first time you're taking part in NaNoWriMo, or you have failed in succeeding before, know that this is not the end of the world if you do not win, if you do not get that 50,000 words at the end of November. You absolutely have every right to feel disappointed, but not every author who has a successful career sat down at a computer one day and just typed out the perfect book. Know that by taking part in events like this or creating deadlines for yourself, know that you are walking the right path toward your dream by committing to write any number of words in your project. Number 3, join the community. While the writing community is fantastic on a normal day, NaNoWriMo cultivates its own community during the month of November and during the months that Camp NaNoWriMo runs. There are thousands of writers working toward one goal. The writing process itself tends to feel lonely, but there are more than enough opportunities to connect with other writers during this time of year. Hop on to the NaNoWriMo website, follow NaNoWriMo hashtags on whatever social platform you use. Find a way to connect with others even if you're an introvert, because I totally understand that as an introvert myself. Feeling like you're a part of something can really help to push you to achieve what you want. Recently, I did a guest post on the Scribbler blog all about ways that you can find your writing community and write from home, since most of us are stuck at home. So I will link that in the description box below in case you are looking for some bonus tips. Number 4, reward yourself. Writing shouldn't feel like a slog, but sometimes it does, especially when you're on a deadline. I find rewarding myself for a job well done works wonders for motivation. I know I work a little harder when there's a treat on the other side of what I'm doing. Whether it's a treat, an actual treat like food, or a show you've been wanting to watch, or a movie, I suggest setting up rewards along the way throughout the month of November. Especially when you feel yourself starting to stray away from your story, sometimes it can give you a little bit of a boost to get the work done. Finish a chapter, watch 5 minutes of reels. Get your word count for the day, give yourself a cookie. Or something healthier, I guess. Me, I'm going for the chocolate. Soon enough, you'll have your 50K and feel so good about it, instead of seeing writing as a chore, especially when it gets hard. Number 5, self-care. Self-care is important for everyone, whether you're taking part in NaNoWriMo or not. But as I said, if you have taken part in NaNoWriMo before and failed, or you haven't done it before and you're a little worried about it, it can really seem like the pressure is on. Which is again why I discussed in that previous video of mine, preparing ahead of time can really help, instead of just jumping in headfirst. Stress and overwhelm can really take over when our basic needs are lacking. Make sure you get enough sleep at night. Trust me, the words do not come when you're exhausted. At least not the good ones. Hydrate all day long. And that does not mean caffeine. I'm talking about water. I was notoriously a bad water drinker, and I used to set reminders for myself throughout the day. So you can set timers on your phone, or if you have a reusable water bottle, you can mark different times of the day that you know you need to refill or to drink. One tip that really worked for me was putting a pitcher of water in my refrigerator, about the amount that I needed to drink per day. So I filled it up at night, and then the next morning I started drinking it, and throughout the day as I went in the refrigerator, usually not looking for water, but other things, I would see how much water I needed to drink, and it would remind me to refill my water bottle. I did this for several weeks to train myself, and now I have a good understanding about how much water I need per day based on how I feel, so I hope that tip helps. Move your body. Now most writers sit while writing, unless you have one of those fancy stand-up desks, or even an even fancier treadmill desk. For us mere mortals, especially when I'm in the groove or during a sprint, I tend to be so engrossed in my story that I don't remember that I have to get up and move until I feel pretty stiff. So make sure you set reminders for yourself, or maybe every hour you get up and stretch and move around. Just make sure that you're moving your body throughout the day, especially when you're on a deadline. Number 6, it's okay not to win. Now this really might be a tough concept to accept, especially for high achievers. But not everyone who takes part in NaNoWriMo wins. Writing is hard. This process is not an easy one, and if you're doing it for the first time, or you don't do well under stressful situations, you might not win, and that's okay. Participating in this event creates a great foundation for a lifelong writing habit. If you put 1,000 words in the whole month of November towards your novel, guess what? You have 1,000 more words than you had in October. And that's something to be celebrated. Take it easy on yourself. You can always try again, and it does not have to be during NaNoWriMo. You can do it in any other 30-day period or 90-day period, or whatever deadline you choose. Or you can wait for November to come around again, or any of the biannual Camp NaNoWriMos. They will be there waiting for you. Next week, I'm going to post another installment of my Premise to Publication series, where I take a book idea through the drafting and editing and querying process in the hopes of getting an agent, and how I drafted my own book on a deadline. So let me know in the comments below any tips you have for writing on a deadline. And if you've enjoyed this video, as I said, please give it a big thumbs up because it really helps me out. Subscribe to my channel and hit that little notification bell so you know the next time I upload, and I'll see you soon.